Hello, and welcome to Building Site, but without Malcolm, and with Alex instead. I am playing with Site, and I thought I should record myself so that when I have issues, I can show them to Malcolm easier, and maybe Malcolm can, I don't know, learn things, although probably not. Okay, so I have run Site. Let me get my terminal window here. I had to do some weird things to get it to work. I don't think I'll go into detail about those because they're probably not relevant for other people, but anyway, now it's working and I've seeded everything, and wow, that is slow. Okay, let's just see what we can do here. I've got my developer tools here. So let's see, we've got some HTTP failures. You need to log in first. So do I have to log in to here? I am logged into here. Actually, maybe these are old. Yes, okay. All going fine. And we can see that we are fetching all of this. Okay. And okay, this is the user's response, and that's all of the users. And I guess somewhere there's a directory. My screen is probably a bit small. Alright, here we go. And this is all the mock data still. So let's quickly change this mock data to be real data. So where are we at the moment? I think we're on people. Okay. Right. This is the old profile, and now this is me, so we must be using the real thing. Okay, in this directory, it's a map indexed by the first letter of their last name, and for each of those keys, we have a vector of user objects. So to get this working, all we need to do is find where this directory is used. So we're doing this mapping over the keys to make the headers, and then mapping over the actual item. So that's fine. Basically, directory, we just need to delete this. So let's get rid of it. Okay, VS Code's Vim mode is of questionable use. So we got rid of directory there. Now we need to import it into our function here. So we've got profile, we've also got directory now, and now that shouldn't complain, but I should get a blank list. Oof, that is slow, and I'm guessing this is an error. Yeah, and it doesn't show me the error, which is also not very good. I guess let's just close the script, right? Okay, it's not happy because directory is nil. That's fine. So now that we are expecting this profile, and what was it called? Directory. I guess that's fine. Current user profile and directory will do basically the same thing. Sub user directory. Okay, now let's find our subscriptions. We've got our current user profile. Ooh, that is some interesting formatting. I have OCD, so I cannot leave this. Okay, that's fine. I'm guessing Malcolm copied and pasted some JSON and then that, yeah, okay, sure. Okay, so we've got DB people. I'm guessing that's where all of our people are. I don't have a REPL, do I? Okay. Right, now I do have a REPL, and this does look like all of our people. So we'll want to take our people, DB people, we'll want to group by the first letter of their last name. So if we just evaluate this, we can, okay, we've got user we've got a list of user, CruxDB ID, users, etc. Okay, so we're probably going to want a function that turns an item that comes from the database into something that card actually wants. So we can extract this out into a normal function called db user to, I don't know, I want to call it like tailwind user, but I'm just going to say process db user, and we'll give it the user item, and then we'll do this thing here with the lets. I cannot type today. Right. So we do this thing with the lets. This is what we get passed. So, okay, I think that's correct. So just to check, db people, if we do db people first, so we get user. Okay, that isn't totally right. Let's tap this and use Shadows Inspector. I don't know if Malcolm, if you know about this, but this is a cool little thing. What is the thing? I always forget. I'm just opening up my terminal. I should bookmark it, really. I wish it just had a domain, like shadow tool thing. Right, 9630. Okay, so you can see now I can inspect the thing that I've tapped. So we have user key, select key, and those have maps that we want to do different things with. So I probably don't care about this. I can destructure that like this, and then do that. That should be fine. So now we have our process DB user. We want to give it current user profile. We're just going to stick to the first, and we can give it this. We don't need a let anymore. So if I save this, this should still work. Let me pop this in. Cannot convert, blah, 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 blah. Okay. It won't work because it's expecting directory to be something, which I forgot about. But that's fine, because now we can just copy this. We can make this be user directory, and we're going to do people, and then we're going to map this. So we're going to get a list of properly formatted people. Let's just check what this is. Nil, because I've got rid of this. Oh, also because this isn't getting used, is it? Let's just refresh it so that it's running that. Okay, there we go. So yeah, let's just add tap at the end, just so we can inspect stuff. Okay, so we can see we've got a list of users, and each of those is formatted in this way that our UI component is going to expect it. So now we need to group this list by the second letter of the last name. I was kind of hoping there would be a first name and last name field. There doesn't seem to be. So maybe if I get rid of this, do we have first name and last name? We have... No, we don't. We just have name. Okay, we're just going to assume in that case that the last word in this string is the last name. Not a brilliant assumption to have to make, but it's fine, I guess. So we're going to want to group by the first letter of last name, last initial, group by last initial, And then let's write this last initial function. So we're going to take the user and we're going to destructure out their name actually, because that's all we care about. We're going to get the first letter of the last word. So what's the best way of doing that? Do I want to do regex? Yeah, let's use Google. Last word. I bet if I used Copilot it would give me an answer. I'm actually just going to try it just for fun. Let me save this. This file is subscriptions, CLJ, subscriptions. I just want to see. I'm just curious. Get first last word in name. So actually that's actually good, isn't it? Do I even need to exist anymore? Why don't I just feed Copilot thoughts, automate like a connection? Clearly I don't need to do anything. All right, let's see if this actually works. So let's test this. Okay, it's given me way too many brackets, so that is a problem. That's my purpose now. I'm the bracket manager. Okay, let me just actually read this. What does split string? Right. Okay. I know what it means though. Oh. Hello autocomplete. It is string split, isn't it? What is wrong with my autocomplete? Hello? Just has stopped working. You expect me to remember what to do? I don't remember what I had for breakfast. Yeah, it is string split. Okay. Right, string split the string, the regular expression. There we go. This returns a list of strings, and then we want the last one. And yeah, this is what Copilot has given me is not actually correct, but it is at least better than what I was going to do. We just want the first, right? So, I mean, I don't even know what this is. Okay. Let's check if this works. So it's going to expect Alex Davis. Okay. Something is not working. Okay, my REPL is broken. Yay. Okay, I fixed it. Okay, it works. Good. Right, still works. Yeah, happy. So, well, that was painful. I group by the last initial. Let's see what happens here. So now we have a map with our keys of our names and hopefully sorted. Oh yeah, that's true. Do I want to sort them? I doubt it will sort it automatically. So sort by, I guess I want to sort each of the second lists because maybe I should sort it before. Okay. See. Tolly, let's find one with more than one person in it. Okay, this does seem to have sorted it. Okay, yeah, that should be fine. So now that we have our users directory, we can save this, and it all should just work. Still not that one, and it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work though? Good question. Let's take a look. So before, nope. Thought I had thought of something, but I definitely didn't. So, no, right. So with our old directory, let's just log directory. We get a map with all our stuff. Now, let's pass in our thing. We get true because I've got the tap, and I need to remove the tap. It'd be nice if the tap just sort of allowed you to do stuff. Okay, so I see that there is an issue here. But to be honest, I don't think that that's an issue with the closure code. Maps are not sorted. You shouldn't rely on the order of a map. So all I need to do is sort in here. God, this is like actually impossible to read. So directory, let's see where it's used. Alright, so we map over the keys and then we take the letters. Okay, so object.keys, instead of doing the map here, we need to do sort, and there we go. Now we have our sorted list of people. When we click on a person, nothing happens, and that's because we need the actual profile page. So when we click on this, we need to navigate to a different page with the user's ID, people/Joa, and that should fetch Joa. So let's commit this first before. I had to put this BB Eden file in here to get the site thing to work properly. Okay, whatever, let's ignore that. So we've got this new directory subscription. We import the string. We have got this process thing, which is a bit cleaner. We have now this last initial and this user directory thing. I think those are fine. We have deleted that unused thing. We should also delete the directory thing from up here. My goodness, this file is way too big. Oh my god, VS Code, please let me delete stuff. I have to remember my incantations, right? Okay, and now we can commit this. Okay. I probably don't want to be on master, so let's stash this. I'm just going to keep this thing in here for now. Let's make a branch. Alex. Things, changes, updates, cut, blah, blah, blah. Make people improvements. There we go, that'll do. Okay, and we'll unstage that. And we will use real data for directory. Okay, right. So I need to figure out navigation. Now, does Malcolm have anything to do navigation? We have a navigation namespace. Yeah, we must do because we click on things. So how does this Kanban thing work? Is there a special... We have the rate... Are we using rate it? And... target nav... Okay. I see. Okay, we can just do normal href. Yeah, it should be fine. So let's do it from here. Okay, so we're mapping over everyone in our directory. We're mapping over each person. We've got an image. We've got an aref, an href, and this is where we will do /people/ and then the name. So /people/ person dot, what's it called? Person, we're not actually putting it in there, which we should. ID should be, can we eval this? Oh, it's probably still in our shadow thing. The juxtparse alpha username. I'm just going to take the Slack using it. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, I should use this. Okay, so let's take this and make sure that we have it as the ID. Right, so the ID is the username. So now that we have that, we can go back to our JavaScript and we can do person.id, put that tag here, close our bracket. Oh my goodness. Close our bracket. And now, do we get a link? Yes, we do. So now we're going to people Joe and page is not ready. which is fine. That's what we expect. Now we can go back to Emacs and we can build a page. So people, now the people page and the person page are the same page really. There's just different state. So current user profile is going to be in our subscription. We will find in the page params. Let's see where he has it stored. Okay. I need to go back here. Okay. Current route. Let's have a look in there. We have this. We've got path. So maybe because this is the same page, really, maybe we just want it to be a query param. Yeah, I'm undecided, but that seems like a better way to do it for now. Okay, so if I was to add, why does this have a trailing slash? Jesus, okay. Let's fix that. Okay. So people can have a query param. Now, what is the disadvantage of using a query param rather than a path param? Don't know, can't think of one. Yeah, can't really think of one for this case. That's why. No, because we have to get all people anyway. So maybe you could make the argument that it's inefficient to get the full data for every one of these people when I'm only on one person's profile. But that is an argument. But I'm going to ignore that argument for now because it doesn't really matter. Like, this speed is obviously not the aim of this site. Look how long it takes to load. Speed has already been thrown away, so we don't care about it. What is this? Okay. This looks like Lucio code. Should I touch this? No, I'm not going to. I'm tempted to, but I'm not going to. Right, query param. Let's add one. People selected equals ALX. Now we can see that in our root thing we have parameters query selected. So parameters query selected equals Alex. So this is profile. So we want to get in people the person with this ID. Now, what are the chances that Malcolm has potpourri in this project? Doesn't even have medley. Okay. Well, we're going to add potpourri because it's very useful. It should actually be added by default in every project, in my opinion. Add this, because Clojure just likes to make everything fun. We have to now restart our entire REPL. While that's going on, we can write our code. So instead of this first and then process, we will want to do p find first and where the ID is that thing that I just had. So current user ID, and it's going to be either this thing or Alex. Actually, Joanna's going to be the first one because her name comes first. Actually, we could even do that, couldn't we? We could just do users, people, okay, first. Looks good. DB people find first where the ID equals the current user ID. Process the user. We'll need to import our potpourri. And then people. So in reframe, you shouldn't really be doing this. I always forget the syntax though. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Actually, but in this case, I do want the DB Actually, yeah, I don't want the DB. I want, oh yeah, this needs to be in here. People and root params. And I'll make another signal thing for root and root params query selected. Okay, and now let's just make those. So I guess we should, okay, and then we want one for people, db people, and get rid of this, and add this, and remember this. So just to recap, our current user ID is either going to be in the query param, or we're just going to take the first person and get their ID. Then we're going to take our list of people, we're going to find the first one where the ID is this ID, and then we're going to process them, and that will be the profile that we show. Thank you, show. So we've got an error, no item vector, because we need to process them first. Okay, so let's do that. Where should we do that? Should we do it here? Let's do it here for now. And this is, where's my images? Hello images. My images, is that because I've been logged out of sight? Where am I? Where are my images? Something has gone wrong. Ah, I see. The data is wrong. The data is wrong because maybe. Alright, let's start deffing things. Check my REPL again. Okay, so this people is not correct. This is a single person. Because why? Good question. Because it's a single thing. Because I've only got one of these reframe things. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, this is massive. So this is definitely a list of all the users now. So that seems fine. Seems like what we had before. Yeah, looks fine. And then here, let's just double check. Let's just put a name, an ID here. Ah, okay, we're not finding anyone. Well, that's fine. ID Alex. Okay. Okay. Must have messed up my threading. Anyway, now I just need to change that navigation thing here. Instead of being a slash, we're going to do question mark selected equals. And if you're thinking, oh, but this is hard-coded roots and we should use rate it, then you're probably correct, but I'm too lazy for that now. So, well, our root is changing, but our profile is not. Okay, because I've hard-coded it. Well, that's embarrassing. Oh, my autocomplete doesn't do anything. Okay, now we've got Joe. That's all. Cool, we can change our profiles. Alright, another feature complete. Does this search work? No. That will be our next thing. Right, so let's just commit this. So we've fixed those root things. We've added our potpourri. These look fine. That looks fine. Cool. Now, profile. What's going on now? Cover image of null. Probably don't want that. Probably want it. Why though? So I think profile is null here, but I don't know why. I'm guessing it's a race condition. Looks like our subscription isn't even getting. I don't think you want to do that. Okay. Okay. problem. Right, let's just add that to that commit. Right, so we can click to our different things. If we want this to work, we can easily add something. So this adds question mark search equals Alex. I don't know what the hash is for. Actually, let's see how it does that. The action of this form is hash. I'm guessing that's why it does it. I mean, to be honest, there's absolutely no reason for this to be a form or for this to have an action. This should just do some JavaScript stuff. Should just filter the list. So, is it worth doing this? Yeah, should be easy. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. We're going to add some state. I absolutely can't stand how big these files are. Whatever. So we're going to add our search text, and we're going to equal our directory, and then call directory.filter. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to slice it. That is a monster of a line. So just to check Copilot's work, we filter our directory, each item. Remember, our directory is a map. So we actually want to do this on the values. So item.name is not going to be useful. So I could do this in Clojure easily. How do you do it in JavaScript? Filter JavaScript. Filter grouped data. Nope. Vals. Yeah, it's not called a map, is it? It's called an object. I can't, apparently. I'm trying to find like a good way to do this. I can think of bad ways to do this, but it seems like... So in fact, maybe I should be doing my group by in the JavaScript. Why can't I just filter on a map? In Clojure you can filter on a map. Let's find a recent. So let's try this. Let's try a different tactic here. Start getting rid of some of these things. Okay, so here's where I render my list. I'm going to do my filter here. That makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? So for each person, I get their name, and I check that it's not contained within search. Filter out people, or filter people in search. Come on, Copilot, give me some good stuff. So person.name.lowercase.index. I actually know what that does. .index of. Going to show me any documentation. So doing index of on an array returns the first index where the given element can be found, or -1 if it's not present. So this is looking over. Okay, I think that works. Okay. And search is correct. Search text. Okay, search text. And then we just need to update search text. So in here we can do on change equals set search text. I don't think that's right. Okay, this is better. Okay. What's the chances that this works? Well, it works. Okay, however, it's not exactly ideal, is it? Also, my sorting has gone away. Did I get rid of it? I didn't. I need to sort it before it gets processed, right? I guess it's because it's a map still. Oh, no, sorry. This sorting is just sorting it here. I still need to sort this list. Really? Oh yeah, because it's a map. So, okay. Yeah, I will sort it here. And also I'll filter it. Keys. Map. I want to... okay. People. It's going to be a function. This is why you don't have such big files. It's impossible to find anything. It's going to be passed in. So this group people thing is a function. Oh yeah. Takes a letter and then gets in the directory the thing with that letter, filters it to only the people that are in the search term. So I can then filter this, filter the key, and only filter them out where the group people has some number of length. Okay. I should go outside for a bit. Let me just finish this off. So this group people also needs chances that this will work. Cannot read length undefined. Okay, yeah, my bad. Okay. Can't read map of undefined. Oh, I know why. It's because you have to return things in JavaScript. Stupid JavaScript. Still, oh yeah, because I removed my filter. Where's my clipboard history? Okay. Alright, finally. Stupid. Okay, so we have this working search thing. Clicking this button clears it. Cool. This filter button doesn't do anything because it's broken, but that shouldn't matter. Okay, refreshing the page has an error because cover image thing is complaining again. Whoops. That's not going to fix it really. Yeah, I should have a check that only renders this when there's an ID for the profile directory as a map. Right, now I should be able to refresh the page and it won't complain at me. Yeah, okay, cool. So there we go. We've got our search working properly. That'll do for now. I am going to go outside while maybe the sun has already gone, but I'm going to go for a walk. Yeah, that's fine. So just to cover what I did, added some state for the search box, got this function that groups people by a given letter. This doesn't need this question mark, and added the on change for the text, and then make sure that we sort the letters and filter them by people who actually are in the search term. If there is nothing, yeah, if there's nothing, let me just check the edge cases here. So if we just load people, we get Alex. I'm guessing I'm a default. I don't know why I'm a default. Oh, because I'm the first in the list of people. Okay, interesting. Whatever. And yeah, I guess that's the only edge case. Cool. Looks good. Search functionality to people directory. Next, we're going to add searching for the cards, which I've kind of been doing, but it's not, things have been breaking and it's painful. So I did this as a distraction. Let's push and let's stop recording and go enjoy the sun for a bit.